And welcome back, everybody. It's the I Don't Mo Show, episode 12. I'm Charlie P.
And I'm Nathan J. What's up, guys?
How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day out there.
I know
night.
we are. Blues victory.
Blues victory came in handy last night. You want to jump straight into that? You want to talk about the Blues?
I mean, you know what? I think you got some world news because we got quite a bit on the Blues topic. I know everyone's excited about that. Everyone's talking about it all day long, so I'm sure it's in everyone's head and ear all day long.
All day long.
Which is,
so
know,
let's
start
out. Let's start out with some world news.
World news.
I got one story. It's Jupiter's big red spot. Its signature mark. Look it up. You'll see it. It's actually disappearing after been raging for centuries. It's been going on as a giant storm. It's been going on forever. And scientists are showing through their Juno satellite that it's slowly dissipating. It's not its giant oval shape that it was once. It's a lot smaller now. It's a smaller circle now.
Wow.
And it's showing these blade arms that are kind of dissipating off the edges of the circle and just kind of floating off into the atmosphere and disappearing. So they say maybe in the next 20 years that might not be there anymore. The storm could subside.
Do you think that means, like, because of that happening, that we could possibly explore it and learn more about the planet because of this happening?
I don't know.
You think that's why it's exciting news for scientists and stuff?
Yeah, and it's just interesting because it's been there for centuries. Like I said, like it's been there since we discovered the planet all them years ago, and it's slowly disappearing. It's kind of sad. It's going to go away. It's a signature mark. That's how you know that's Jupiter.
It's definitely interesting. It makes you wonder, okay, it's been going on so long, what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening in its atmosphere that's changing it to make it not so persistent anymore.
And that goes into, I guess, like how old is the planet?
True.
You know, what was it like before that we know of? And I don't think we know too much. I mean, we don't know too much about a lot of planets, but we're recently
every probe we send into Jupiter, I mean, it just gets far enough down into its gaseous atmosphere that it just gets crushed.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it. So we can only get so deep.
Right.
Because it's so big. It's basically the solar system's. It's basically the solar system's garbage disposal. Is what it is. It just sucks everything in and makes it disappear. Wow. So it's kind of sad. So that's the only world news I have.
I mean, hey, I mean, I like that world news better than anything sad that's going on. That's every day. People. We're not going to report on every single horrible thing.
We're not going to talk politics as we said in the past. We're not going to talk about any of that.
Nope.
So that's the only world news we got. We're going to move straight into movies.
We got good stuff to talk about movies. We are very excited about this segment.
How about that Brightburn?
Brightburn.
How about it?
It was
fantastic.
Epic. It was amazing.
Perfect movie. Perfectly executed. Perfect acting. Perfect everything. It was, oh my God.
Screenplay, acting, everything. From top to bottom.
Completely underrated movie. It was actually a lot, like you said, a lot gorier than I expected.
It was way gorier than I expected.
Yeah.
And when they say horror movie.
Oh, it's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
And I mean, those of you out there, okay, we know what's Brightburn. You may have just seen a few things, which we'll talk about that in a second with the fact that this was horrible marketing for this movie.
Yeah, that was bad.
And it is a horrible time to come out for this movie, but it's phenomenal.
It is.
The premise is, if you know anything about the story of Superman at all, it's the reverse of that.
Yeah, just take that and flip it on its head. Yep. That's exactly what happens.
And I think we're not really going to go into spoilers because it's that good. It's such a good movie that we want you to get out and see it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
And we're not going to spoil this. This is one of those things that's like, because of its... we were just talking about the marketing. Like, there's not too many people that know about it. Avengers came out. John Wick 3's coming out. All these movies are coming out. Aladdin's dominating right now. So it's just kind of lying in the weeds there. But if, you've seen it with all those other movies with your kids and you're wanting some kind of new and fresh and original. Yeah. And I'm saying original, and people are like, well, you just said it's the reverse Superman. That's what I'm saying. Like, whoever thought of an idea like that, and if you did, you were a huge nerd. Yeah. Man, what would happen if Superman was mean or a jerk or evil? Well, he does kind of in comic books, because of certain things.
They did it proper.
This is amazing.
It's not. We shouldn't say it's the exact opposite of the Superman story, because there's a few differences there, I mean, of course, it's just the idea in your head. His mindset, it's the way his parents brought him up, and
it shows the sides, mega of
different big conversations with him that didn't go so well.
Yes.
So it's basically if Superman was raised by different parents.
Right, and they handled it completely wrong.
Handled it terribly.
Just terribly, terribly wrong. I mean, and even though we were getting into it yesterday, talking about the similarities of the two worlds and good parents versus bad parents. I mean, when I thought about it, you got to think the Kents weren't exactly smart either.
No.
But it was the times, because if you're talking Superman, it's a long ago when the actual story was started. So you just
started in like
you continue with that, and he actually came here for a purpose and that sort of thing. It was meant to be. This is something where all right, what happened if somebody just landed and you were like, oh my God, and we're going to raise this kid?
Oh, we're just going to raise this child as if it's
and you're
normal.
Horrible parents. That's the only spoiler I'm going to tell you right now.
You guys are bad parents.
You guys are really bad, but that's also the reason why this movie is so good.
Yeah, it's just turned out
from
perfect.
The beginning to the end. It was engaging. I was hooked. It was one of those you don't blink because you don't want to miss anything. And
yeah, I had to pee really, really bad right at the end, and I was not getting up. I was like, nope, I want to see what happens. I need to see this.
It was so different. You had ideas of maybe what was going to happen next, but you didn't.
And just as a little teaser, it opens up a whole new world, and that's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
opens up a whole new world, a whole new direction, and that's all I'm saying.
And it's good.
Yep.
It's good for films.
Oh man, but don't take the kids.
No,
because this
is
not a children's movie.
You might as well blindfold them if you're bringing them, because it's just through and through. This is not a movie you take to see your kids. And speaking of kids, this kid that plays this nailed it. Like everything he did. Places, man.
Oh yeah, nailed everything.
He plays 3 or 4 different parts.
Yeah,
and
basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does just perfect.
Everybody does. Elizabeth Banks does great. I don't remember what the guy's name
from The Replacements. That guy.
The Replacements, and then he was in Fanboys. He was the brother.
Yeah.
The nerd brother, and then. He's been in a lot.
Yeah, he's been in a few
but
things.
He's played that odd character. He's never really had anything where he's like, star of the movie or had a big role.
He's a supporting character.
Yes.
Support actor.
But speaking of not bringing your kids in, like we were talking about the gore, that was one of the things. It was done so good and accurate that it was.
Because it wasn't.
You don't mind it.
It wasn't gratuitous, I think, is what it was. It was just realistic. It kind of caught you off guard. Yeah, because it was realistic, and it wasn't gratuitous. It wasn't out of hand or anything like that. It wasn't a blood fest, a gut fest, or anything like that. But it was. They had some parts. Yeah. That's all. Yeah, they had some parts in there that were a little jarring. But if you like horror movies and superheroes, this is the perfect movie.
Yeah, seriously,
perfect movie.
Action, drama, family, but not children, family.
But not children. Take your boys, take your girls, whatever.
Man. I can't, because it was immediately when I left the movie, I was like, people are going to bring their kids to see this.
They're going to
be
like, we're going to see the evil Superman movie, and it's going to be cool.
They're going to have nightmares. Just traumatizing
just try to stay
things
away.
happen. Yeah. But it's well worth it. Seriously, spend the money and go see this movie.
Spend the money, go see it. Perfect.
We kind of called it on the way home after the movie about this movie. Obviously, probably won't do exactly very good in the box office, but I think it's to be a cult classic.
Yep.
I think it'll smash the DVD and Blu-ray sales. It'll be incredible streaming.
I'm definitely getting on Blu-ray.
Once the actual word, I even looked. There's not too many people that are reviewing this movie because of all the movies that are out right now that people are demanding,
flying under the radar right now.
And then people are of course in certain categories of nerdery and genres weren't actually happy with this movie, this being made in general.
Wow.
Why would you do that? What's the point?
Awesome.
Because it's awesome. I've never said this movie is awesome during the movie in the theater more than this movie.
Don't tell me you sat there and didn't want Superman to do some of this stuff.
Right,
at one point, you wanted him to do it.
Yes,
do
that. That's awesome. You need to do that thing. He did it.
He did
it. And that's just,
he's going to
so
do it.
Good.
He did it.
We both, I was a little on the fence with my rating at first, but then talking about it, thinking about it, coming to the realization of things that happened in the movie, I was like, bam, it's 5. It's 5 out of 5 most.
5 out of 5 for me as well.
Gold stars, bro. 5 out of 5. I mean,
golden, platinum,
through
whatever
through,
stars.
I mean, is there a perfect movie out there? No, but for this genre and this type of movie, it was perfect.
It's awesome. That's all. That's it. That's it. It's
def-
perfect. 5 out of 5.
It's in
Go
my
see
top
it.
20 all-time favorite movies. It's in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's probably in the teens, but it's there.
It's in the top 20.
I'm putting it there.
Yeah.
Because
putting it there immediately after seeing it once.
I want to know more. Like I said, I had a little thing written down about this movie, but I'm not going to say it because we're not doing spoilers.
Yep.
And if I say anything, it spoils. So I won't go into those details. But that kind of should tell you that, man, this movie must really be good. I might want to check it out because you could. It's for anybody in the rating system, the age group that can go see it. You should see this movie. Mm-hmm. There's something in it for everybody.
You've got to go see it.
And if you like any horror, any gore at all, even the slightest bit, and you're like, I'm interested, go and see this movie.
Yeah, if you like body horror, go see it. If you like psychological horror, go see it. If you like,
story,
jump scares, go see it.
Go see it.
It's got all that stuff.
It's got all the stuff.
All the horror movie aspects just mixed in with some superhero stuff.
Little mystery, little detective stuff, little like, what was that? Little, what is this? Where is that person? What's this person? It's just on so many levels. Go see this movie. The I Don't Mo Show sincerely approves.
Highly approves. Highly approves this movie. So that's pretty much it for Brightburn. Since we're not doing spoilers or anything like that, we're going to move on to actually The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. Or excuse me, The Man Who Killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Excuse me.
Long name. Awesome movie.
It's a really, really good movie. I've seen it, 2, 3 times now, 2, 3, 4 times, something like that. Mm-hmm. I have it on Blu-ray.
Right.
It's a really good movie. It's really heartfelt. It's really, I don't know, it's not as much action as I would have liked.
Right.
It kind of just all.
It's very engaging, but it isn't.
It's very just a story-driven movie more than action or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, there's action in there and there's like a sub-story with the whole Bigfoot thing.
Right.
And if people want to check it out, I don't want to spoil it either.
Right.
So.
This is another one of those original ideas, something fresh that's come out. And, it has similarities of things, but it's just, and the way they do it, you sit here and you think of the name and it literally sounds like something on the Sci-Fi Channel or in the dialer bin at Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
It's starring Sam Elliott, so it's got him in there.
Yes.
He liked the script obviously because it was a decent script.
He was perfect for the role too.
Yeah,
that's another reason the movie was good. It's because he was really good as that actor. So and that character. So he just did that very well. The supporting cast was very done well. There wasn't like too much of anything to you were like, oh, this movie's gonna go this way.
And it's just it's one of those movies. If you don't like this, you're probably not gonna like the movie. But it's one of those where it kind of jumps in time. It jumps back and forth
just
between his young self and his older self. So if you're not into that, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But like I said,
but it's
I
done
would give it a shot.
Explaining the story of who he is and what's going on,
how he's doing it, and all that stuff. Why the government wants him for. Killing Bigfoot, as the title says.
Pretty much the title says that, so it's not a spoiler.
No.
Sorry, it's not. So that the rest of it is up to you to watch, and that was the beauty of this movie. It was one of those you wanted to know. You wanted to know, why is this movie called this? You wanted to know of like, why this guy? What is happening?
Something super, super original, and it's just like almost like a one-off thing.
Right. You hear the name, and you just kind of.
It's very
some
unique.
People that don't know the cover or anything about the movie are like thinking the cover is just a guy with 2 guns and he's shooting Hitler and then a Bigfoot right next to him or something, like some kind of Quentin Tarantino movie. It's not.
No,
it's a serious movie.
It's almost like
real time, real life. This would happen if this was going on.
It's like a man struggling with his past duties that he had to carry out.
Correct.
Almost PTSD like.
Which is in the trailer.
Yeah. Almost PTSD like. He's just trying to deal with it in the most.
He's like in the trailer,
the best way possible.
In the trailer, he's like, had to kill a man. I never wanted to kill him, even if he had it coming, and this one did. And that sets you up for the movie.
Yeah, that's basically that sets you up for the movie. That's the underlying tone of the whole movie. He doesn't want to kill, but he keeps getting forced into these scenarios.
Yep.
And the way it's executed is just perfect. It's perfect. Amazing.
Is it a perfect movie? No.
No.
Is there some things wrong with it? Yes.
Yes. There's a whole Pulp Fiction area,
Yep. There's things, but it adds to it, even like when you think it's the end, it's not, and then there's another end you think it's not, and there's another end you think, and okay, now it's ending.
Yep.
And you're like, well, wait a minute. But it's done in a way where like like you said,
keeps you interested.
Yeah, it keeps you interested. It makes you think.
Yeah,
it makes
keeps
you
you
kind of
going.
appreciate the movie. You're gonna look back and you're like, all right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not for everybody, but it's one of those like if you're looking for something different.
If you're into indie films, if you will,
everything is coming out as Star Wars, Avengers, Disney live action movies, and all that, and you're kind of wanting something that.
More practical.
In the 90s. Yeah, more practical. This is the movie for you. Watch it with your family.
We say that, and there's Bigfoot involved.
Right. Well, I mean,
compared to
still,
like Avengers and all that stuff, it's very practical.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you're looking for something, a little more low budget, a little more story driven, the script really keeps you engaged, I'd check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good.
The Man That Killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And it's very prominent on the Bigfoot because we talked about that, a couple days ago.
I don't think they can call it Bigfoot.
They can't call it Bigfoot.
Because of the monster truck. Yeah.
It's just Bigfoot.
They have to call it the Bigfoot, which is weird.
Hey, whatever.
Whatever works.
Whatever we gotta do,
So let's see here. What are we gonna move to?
We got a few. There's a few left in the movie category. Just kind of, I checked this out, or the movies that we're gonna see next.
Yeah, let's just move straight into TV. What do you got? What do you got for TV? What do we got?
I got we got Game of Thrones. Our final thoughts. We talked about in the last episode last week about the final episode, and we were gonna let everyone know our final thoughts. And we've had some time to let the finale and final season and whole story as a whole, as it were, what our kind of final thoughts are. So I was I guess I'll start with you. I just like straight up ask you, now that it's over, you've seen the behind the scenes stuff, you've seen some reactions of things, you've heard what people say, you've had time to let it in your mind. What's your final thought?
So the final episode, didn't like it. Still, I didn't like it.
Right.
It was too abrupt.
Didn't like the episode as a whole, or you didn't like things that happened?
I didn't like the episode as a whole. Okay. Everything was just super rushed. Like I've been saying, yeah, I've been able to stew on it, and it was just very rushed.
The whole season was very rushed, except for
the final season.
Even episode 3 was kind of.
Am I happy with it? No. But am I going to go online and sign some petition? No, because that's not my call. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Am I writing the story? No. Am I involved in HBO whatsoever? No. Are they going to yield to some petition online?
Right.
No, I don't think so.
If there was ever going to be a petition, it would have been at the readings, and it would have been by the cast.
By the cast, yeah, and then the cast would have boycotted. But it is what it is. It's out there, and that's the final season. Do I like it? No, I don't. But that's what I got. That's what they gave us. So I don't know what else to say other than it was just not good.
Like you seem disappointed, but I can sense that I still love the dang show. Though,
oh yeah, I still love the show.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah,
right.
because the final season was terrible doesn't mean it wasn't a great show.
Right.
It was an amazing show. It was great, and I'll rewatch it if I want sometime. It's got a rewatchability factor.
Right.
Because I know there's at least a couple episodes out there like you that I haven't seen. So.
Well, so as a series as a whole, with the ending all put together and smashed in there, like what do you what's your just final take on it? Like as far as rewatchability is from beginning to the end again, type thing. What's your feeling on it? What do you rate it as?
The series as a whole, my feeling, I feel good about it. Yeah, I feel really, really good. But it's just the final season that took it down to a 4.5 for me.
Okay, well that's not bad.
No,
that's not too bad.
No. Like I said, it's not detrimental to me.
So if the final season would have been more to your liking and handled a little bit better in the process,
I would have rated it 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Oh,
yeah. See, I'm pretty much going with you on the same thing. I was disappointed in the season. I wasn't necessarily disappointed in the end, and at first I was until after, and I watched some things and I thought about it.
Yeah,
and then I was like, okay. I like what happened, but I don't like things that they did. That's kind of how I felt about it.
So you liked what happened, but not how they did it.
Yeah, it was executed wrong.
Yeah.
It was it was done poorly. It should have been a 2-hour movie for the final one, and everything I think would have been fine for everybody, but obviously they didn't. That's fine. They just wanted to get it over with and done. That's whatever. Mm-hmm. But I appreciated their effort in that. There was the end. You have to end the show. That's what everyone's been saying. You know, Howard Stern, all these guys. It's like you had to end it. It had to be over. And yes, some people are going to be happy because I know a lot of people are like, I loved it. I thought it was great. I don't get it, but I do. I get it.
I get it.
And as like the final season, I thought they had some of the most boring episodes.
The final season
of the series.
Yeah.
But then they had some, like, one or two of, like, the best episodes of the series in there also. But there was also executed kind of poorly.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time. So it was very mixed bag at first. And then I'm looking over things. And I was like, yeah, that's, well, you know, that person got what they deserved. And that person got what, you know.
Yeah, they ended it how they end people on the show. And just a knife through the heart. That's all it was.
They told people after the Red Wedding to not get attached. George R. R. Martin, all the guys were like, look, if you like anybody, stop.
Don't get attached,
Don't get attached to anyone.
Because this thing ends super abruptly.
Yeah.
And
bittersweet. And it did. It was very bittersweet.
Yep.
But it had to happen. Like
that's why I'm still rating it a 4.5 out of 5.
Right.
Just because it had to happen, but did it have to happen that way?
Right.
No.
Not necessarily.
No.
No.
Could have been done way better. But
love the series as a whole. I can't wait to completely watch it all again and really get, you know, things and notice, and that's why I kind of bring it up. Like even watching the first season again, it's immediately like the first 4 or 5 episodes, like the first
pick up on a lot of stuff.
You're like, oh,
that's why.
Right, I remember because it's been on for so long and you forget.
Yeah,
like I have totally forgotten.
Oh yeah, it's been on
since like 2012.
Unless you're rewatching the entire series every year before the new season, then you're missing out on a lot of stuff.
Yes, exactly. And it's just the reason it was disappointing to me is that I remember the feeling of watching like the first couple of seasons and like the beginning and how it was so. It was different, exciting than it was towards the end. You know, like we were excited for the first episode, and it was just kind of like,
and then now you're
understandable.
Now you're in it.
Yeah, now you're in it, and then like you're watching it before it starts, and it's almost like you kind of you're expecting things to happen that happen. And you're like, well, yeah, I saw that coming. That's what was disappointing to me. It was like, yep.
It was just the predictability factor.
Very, very predictable. So, like, I was excited for the final episode, but I wasn't as excited about, like, the middle episode, episode 3, you know, the big shebang.
Yeah.
And I was excited for it because we were on the edge of our seats.
That was awesome.
And standing up and, like, having a heart attack over here and panic attacks. And it was just like, oh, my God, this is insane. I can't take this.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Which is
beautifully
what the
done.
whole final season should have been like that. I don't know. It's just, the whole thing should have just been one giant, like all together one movie in all episodes. There should have been no, you know, no. Only thing you need to speed up time is the travel distance from, you know, King's Landing to Winterfell.
And I'm gonna say something, and it's a massive spoiler, but come on, it's everywhere.
Spoiler alert!
They could have killed Dany way earlier in that season, and just like showed how they dealt with it instead of like I said, skipping a bunch of time, and then all of a sudden it's. Whatever, a pseudo democracy, if you will, because all the kings are picking a big king.
It was a popularity contest with her.
Yeah,
with that thing with everybody, you know, he just kind of did it because everyone wanted her to. Really,
yeah. And it was just, I don't know, that was something that really, really bothered me. Is like you saved that for the last episode, right? You could have done that, you know, maybe the previous episode and saved the last episode for like a full. How is Bran gonna, you know, control the kingdom, or you know, why did the Ice King give him that weird look? Was he just sensing Arya coming up behind him, or was he recognizing Bran from something?
Yep.
You know,
episode 5 should have ended with John straight up running to her and being like, "What the hell did you just do?" Yeah. And then she just had that crazy conversation that makes him do it.
Just goes crazy, just straight Palpatine on it.
You're gonna do what now? So
and stab.
So and then it ends, and then the final episode should have been all that stuff that we wanted to know.
We want to know. Right way,
and
damn.
You had time to heal. No, they was like, here's this. Just check it out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. It's over now.
And we're gonna go 2 weeks in the future too. By the way.
Yeah. By the way, we skipped 2 weeks.
Or actually, it was more than that because that's
because his beard was big.
Yeah, there's another thing too. Was if apparently at the beginning it took like 2 months to get King's Landing and back to Winterfell, and then it turned into like a month, and then it turned into like 2 weeks. It's like,
what is it?
Were you guys just riding really slow and camping out the whole time up and down?
I feel like it's been. I feel like it's been way longer than 2 weeks because Tyrion's beard is huge.
Right, it was big.
It was huge.
Right, so it had to have been the month or two.
It had to have been a month or two.
There's no explaining that. There's nothing. You're just like, yep, here they are.
Yep, here they are. It was just a cut to black, and then it's in the future.
Yep.
And
execution was just all wrong. Was there cool stuff? You're like, yeah, finally. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, take a charge. It's going to be cool. Oh, it's awesome. And then,
yeah, it just abruptly ends. Like I said, like a knife through the heart.
Exactly. Like, no pun intended.
No, pun definitely intended.
And end of spoilers. End of spoilers.
End of spoilers or whatever.
But yeah.
It's not a spoiler, you know.
It's not, you know already, especially if you're listening to the show, most likely.
Yep.
You've avoided it because you're like, oh, I was going to spoil it. And we let you know anyway. So, well, I mean, that's pretty much, that's our final thoughts on Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
An amazing show. Bravo. It's sad to see it go.
Yep.
Excited about the prequel shows. Excited about the possibility of a
excited
sequel
about the future.
Show. Yeah. Excited about maybe some spinoffs. So, it's good things coming for Game of Thrones.
I don't know. I think I scrolled by an article or something that said HBO is just kind of glossing over spinoffs and all that stuff for them. They're just like, I don't really want to do it. So,
right. Well, you're losing people that were essential. They're gone.
Hopefully, maybe they do.
Right.
Like I said, maybe an Arya spinoff. That'd be cool. Pirate Queen.
Would be
That'd
great.
Be dope.
And I mean, and the reason I'm excited for the prequels is because of big dragons and spiders and all these, the White Walkers.
The White Walkers riding their spiders and all that stuff.
All kinds of cool stuff that were explained in the first couple episodes from stories and things of that nature. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Massed armies and their giant armor and huge swords on their horses, and I want to see all of that. I want to see some clashing.
Yep.
Some true warriors battling out like they explained that these guys were.
I want to see Robert Baratheon take out Rhaegar.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Smash his breastplate in.
So awesome. Sweet.
Nerding out.
Nerding out up here.
So on a more somber note, I suppose, we should probably mention Kit Harington. Godspeed to him.
Godspeed to him.
Had to check himself into rehab recently for alcohol and stress, and he says it's because of the final season, the way it ended.
Yep.
And that's not good.
And if you kind of goes into if you saw what we were talking about with the final thoughts was because of you got to see the reading before.
You got to see the table read of him, and as soon as they go where they get to the part where he stabs Daenerys in the heart.
Right.
He just kind of, a nuke goes off in his head. Like I said, you could see it. He's just like hands through the hair, and he's keeping his head real low, and is just holding it up with his hands, and he's just completely decimated. It was like, wow, he took that hard.
Oh yeah,
like really hard.
He was just way. It hit him like a ton of bricks.
He was attached.
Yes.
Attached. It was like his life.
Yes.
It's like, man, I get it, but damn, it was a show. I get it, but just chill out. It was a story.
And he's
man.
married to the girl that he was with in the show, and we all know what happens to her, and then he has to do this, and man.
But it's like come on, man, it's not real.
I mean,
it's not real.
Hey, man, Heath Ledger.
It's
the
not
same.
real.
That's why I'm glad he's in there because
that's why he checked himself in.
Because nobody wants to see him go, but I can't understand. I could sit here all day and say like I've had similarities.
I can't understand it, like I said, because it's a show.
To me.
Yeah, it's a show to me. I'm not a professional actor.
Can we just all live as Game of Thrones? So can we just live like
that's
this?
never gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
And after the author literally told you don't get attached to people.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He took it way too hard. Way hard.
He did. But
Godspeed to him. Good luck, man, because you're a great actor and you're awesome, and I love you.
Yeah, like you are the man.
Yeah.
Like you've done a lot. Like, did you get a B ending, a little bit? But at the same time, that's what I said about going back and watching things. Mm-hmm. That, certain things kind of make sense.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Godspeed to Kit Harington. If people didn't know that, it's kind of an under radar thing, which is kind of good. I'm glad they're not like blowing it up,
making
it into something that it's really not. And he's just taking care of what he has to take care of. He's doing the right way. So
right. So good luck to him, though. I'm sure he's going to come out fine. You know, they'll get his head straight, and he'll be good to go.
I have no doubt.
He'll move on to other projects.
Oh yeah, he's got big things coming. Mm-hmm. Big things coming.
So that's pretty much it. What for TV, or do we got?
I mean, there's always so much, especially with TV. The new TV show gets announced like every day. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we kind of were talking pre-show about the Witcher series coming out. I mean, yeah, you can hear the sound in our voices. It's just kind of like
I'm not terribly excited for this.
love the game. Love
I
everything
love
about
Witcher
it.
3, and I played Witcher 2, and I've never played the first Witcher.
So don't know enough, but from what I'm seeing, and Henry Cavill being
Henry Cavill does not look right as Geralt. He looks weird, and
I don't know.
apparently the
It's-
first screenshots don't look so good. Like they
don't know.
don't.
And I'm
I haven't seen them personally, but like I said before.
It reminds me of when IGN did the April Fools with the Link movie.
Oh yeah,
You remember that, the Zelda movie that was coming out, and they actually had an actor that played Link, and everyone thought it was real, and it turned out that's what it seems like. It's what it looks like. It's not. Obviously, it's coming out.
Obviously, it's a real thing.
No, it's a real thing. But when I see it and I see him, that's what I think of. It's like, is this real?
Is this a joke? Because he does not like Mads Mikkelsen was a way better choice. He's perfect.
His face is literally almost the same.
Geralt. It's literally Geralt.
Put white hair on him, and
he's perfect. But I guess I don't know. I know he was in talks, but I guess he was too busy with other projects,
other things, contracts,
stuff like that.
But for if you're gonna make a show off, one of the biggest game franchises ever, especially recently, because I mean, one really wasn't that big, but two really was the big one.
Two was the big one, and then three was massive.
Like, oh my god, wow, okay, you're competing with these guys now, all right. But I'm not. I'm gonna wait and see what people think after a couple episodes. Like, man, you see a new Witcher show?
Right.
Boss. Like, all right, maybe I'll flip it on, check it out. But until then, I'm not setting my timer. To see this show.
Not setting a reminder on my phone or anything like that.
And I mean, that's the sad thing about things that come out nowadays. It's like, man, if you're gonna do it right. And if you're getting backlash, fix it. And
I mean, that's what Sonic did. Thank God.
Yep.
Thank the heavens above.
Move the time and doing things right. They're gonna
now it's gonna be. It better be good.
I think it's gonna be. To be honest with you, I really think
they're going off of
for it.
Everybody's designs. All the amateurs that send in all their stuff to the studios. Like, literally do this, and it would be so much better.
It's honestly it's coming from guys from Sega stepping up and helping.
Oh yeah.
Like, look, man, if you're gonna do this,
you can't ruin us here.
You can't ruin that because we're trying. Sega's technically trying to make a comeback right now. There's
really?
Rumors been swirling. I mean, for years, but I mean, apparently, like the new Dreamcast is supposed to be coming out. Like Sega's working on stuff.
Nice.
So this kind of thing is not only important for movies and fans of Sonic. It's important for the future
for the young people who didn't grow up, playing Sonic or anything like that on the Sega.
That was like hockey and Sonic were the only reason that I ever played Sega.
Hockey, Sonic, and Steamboat Willie. I love that game.
The Lion King
that was a good game.
Is the best version, but yeah, not super. And it's opposite with. I don't know. Some people say Aladdin on Sega is better. Whatever.
Anyway, we're not here for that.
We're not here for that.
We're not here for
that debate right now. All right.
But yeah, Sega's making a comeback.
Sega's trying to make a comeback. That's awesome. Why it's really important for them. I mean, I hope so because they were kind of, Sega Saturn, Sega CD, all that junk, and it's just kind of ruined.
Kind of fell apart there.
And selling your licenses and rights to other people to use, and then there was that horrible, 2006 Sonic game on Xbox 360.
Oh yeah.
And that really, even though some people scream and say it's an amazing game, and what?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen video.
It's just somebody that's in denial that loves Sonic way too much and probably has a tattoo on their butt. Or they've got their room full of Sonic dolls. Exactly. So they're just like, nope, this game's
amazing. This game is amazing.
This game's made for me. So, I mean, those are just...
I mean, I guess so.
It's made for those guys.
If you can't hate Sonic ever for anything, then that game's for you.
Okay. Yeah, but hey, that just goes into...
We're just going straight into, the segue into video games. Let's talk about it. What do we got?
We have the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You're like, wait a minute. Didn't that game already come out?
That was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
This is just Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yep. Yeah. And you guessed it, Captain Price is back.
I have no idea what's going on.
No idea.
No understanding.
They didn't say what time. I guess
Are they rebooting?
I guess 2019 is what they're going off of.
I guess.
Because they showed video in the trailer of it looked like the Osama bin Laden takedown.
Yeah.
When they landed in his backyard and all that stuff. So I'm assuming maybe around that time, maybe 2019 or something like that. I don't know.
It's either he's alive or
that happened
they're rebooting.
Long time ago in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But I don't know what time they're going for.
The trailer was very quick.
It was real quick.
There wasn't a lot, but it got me interested. It got me excited for Call of Duty again.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. It looks amazing. The graphics look awesome. It's very, very smooth. It looks perfect.
It does. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I've been complaining about Call of Duty for a while now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of that.
No jetpacks, no exosuits, none of that stuff. Please, no.
I'm tired of the unrealistic future stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do a game like that, if the World War II and World War I's been, done to pieces, nobody wants to touch Vietnam except for Black Ops 1.
Right.
So,
I mean, what that other game tried, Shell Shock, I think it was, they tried, but that didn't work out at all.
And then Bad Company, they had Bad Company like Vietnam or whatever.
But like Medal of Honor is the only game that really, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, it's an amazing game. Right. That's a great game.
It's a great game.
I played that 3 or 4 times through, I think, on my PS2. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
But nobody's touched Vietnam. That's strange.
It was.
It's a controversial war, though.
Yeah,
conflict. Excuse me. Conflict.
Yeah, it was a controversial conflict for sure. I mean, it's one of those. It's like people just don't like touch it, especially with like even movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Because so many movies got it wrong, and then We Were Soldiers came out, and everyone was like, "Yeah, they did it right."
They did it right. They kind
of don't touch it no more.
Yeah, nobody wants because it was like Saving Private Ryan with World War II.
Right.
I mean, they make World War II games and stuff all the time.
And films with it in there, but not exactly set.
They don't get it quite as right as Saving Private Ryan. And World War II was just a way bigger war. You know what I mean? It wasn't as controversial because you're fighting Nazis.
Oh, yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Yeah,
fighting for the world.
There's a lot of red tape. That's why it was perfect for Black Ops because obviously a lot of the stuff that went on over there was, Black Ops stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Secret stuff, classified, all that kind of junk like that. So,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, Modern Warfare coming out. It's going to be good. What did they say the release date?
October 25th.
October 25th this year. Nice. October 25th, 2019. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That I do know. I'm actually officially can say, it's October 25th.
I can officially say it.
We don't have to edit that out. So
we don't have to keep editing.
A little behind the scenes stuff for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for games. I mean, we've we're getting ready to play the BioShock trilogy for Xbox One. I just picked that up, so that'll be the next game that we're gonna play. I mean, most people know BioShock. You've seen the reviews and all that, so we'll just let you know our experiences maybe after it. But games is just tricky. It's just tricky lately because we've played so much. There really isn't anything that's come out recently. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna dive into this game. Like it's not Zelda, Breath of the Wild. It's not doing a new game that just came out. Like, nothing's just really hitting me with games.
No, nothing.
Recently, I've been going old school. Like I'm breaking out my classic games. I'm breaking out my old systems and stuff. It's just because
like it's hit like a rut. There's like a stagnant point that you hit with video games, and it happens every couple of years.
And it's with like this exclusivity, and we're talking like Xbox and PlayStation. Oh yeah, we're joining forces and helping each other out. And then
do it already.
But all these games that are amazing that we're all on platforms. I'm talking to you, the Ghostbusters remastered. It's like, yeah, PS4 exclusive. Well, okay, it's Sony because Sony owns the right to Ghostbusters, so they're just going to make that exclusive.
Yeah.
Talking to you, also Spider-Man, which we still don't get to play, which is just, and it's that kind of stuff. It's those kind of things that aggravate you because you see all these good games and it's like, well, it's not going to be this or it's not going to be that or it's not going to be what you think. So
yeah, you want to play these games, but in order to play these games, you have to own every single console.
Exactly.
Every single one.
That's why I'm going back to old stuff that maybe I've never beat before or I've always wanted to beat or maybe I only beat it once when I was a kid and I want to jump back into it. Like I'm playing Batman Returns on Super Nintendo. I beat it once back in the day when I was younger and it's like, it's tough. It's a tough game.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just engaged in it like, man, this is fun. This is cool. This is so well done.
Something
this is Batman.
different.
This is my jam. This is something different compared to what you're playing. And it's just, that's why we're reaching in the past when it comes to games. So that's like pretty much the next thing we're going to do. Like we talked
just
about.
Retro
BioShock.
gaming right now until some good stuff comes out. Excuse me.
We're not going to play Red Dead 2. I was going to. But there's been like 3 updates in the last week, so I don't know what they're doing.
So
maybe I'll just
stuff.
wait until they're like, all right, this game is completely done and we're ready, and then I'll play it again and finish it out. Because that's the other thing with so many games. It's like,
nothing's finished.
Nothing's finished. Nothing's done.
We mention it every episode. Nothing is finished.
Yeah, pretty much. So. I mean, that pretty much does it for games. We're excited about Call of Duty. We're going to jump into some other games here, playing them soon. So
BioShock
we'll let you know. And like we said in the past, we're gonna we're going to do some episodes where you get to see us play some games. So it'll be a little, maybe like 20-minute side episode of us.
Yeah, if I can find the GoPro.
Yeah, if we could find a GoPro.
We just had a bunch of renovations done, stuffed
moving
away.
around. We'll find it. We'll get to it. It's out there. The voting board is still up there, too, by the way, which both things are happening on our Facebook page, but whether or not you want to see us live video or you want to have more interviews done on the show, which both things are coming. So off of the games and on to sports. This is the I Don't Mode Show, so guess
Blues.
what? Blues, Missouri sports. Your St. Louis Blues won their first ever game in the Stanley Cup Finals.
First ever game in a Stanley Cup Final.
We
It feels so good.
Swept 3 times in a row in the late 70s, 67, 68, 69, 70.
Feels so good,
And
man.
it was a great game last night. The first period was a little rocky. And I think the
It
rest
was
of the
a little
game,
rocky. They were out skating us, but I think they tired themselves out real
They
quick.
took over, man. And
Yep.
we are physical, and we are nasty, and we're dirty, we're gritty, and they're a team. These guys love each other.
Everybody's calling for Oscar Sundqvist to get suspended for that hit. It was a clean hit.
It was a clean hit. The only reason he got a penalty in the first place is he fell down and stayed down.
Yeah, he fell down and stayed down. He tried to avoid the hit, which is apparently isn't what you're supposed to do. I'm not a hockey expert, but you're supposed to take the hit.
Yes.
And he turned away and lowered his head, which is rule number 1. I even know that. You keep your freaking head up. So you don't get that happening.
That's why he went to the hospital.
And that's what even Don Cherry was saying it. He was like, that was a clean hit. I don't know why everybody's making a big stink about it. This happens, The kid didn't keep his head up and he got smashed.
The fact that Blake got hit the same exact way and there was no call.
Nope, no call.
But he got right back up. So
yeah, because he popped right back up. Yep. And all the Bruins fans are ragging on that hit and everything, but no one wants to talk about the Krug hit. No one wants to talk about him torpedoing himself into Rob Thomas over open ice.
Of course not.
No one wants to talk about that. Oh, that was a clean hit, but Oscar Sundqvist, smashing somebody against the boards so hard that he gets knocked out is a dirty hit.
You're playing the puck, man.
Like, what is happening?
No one's paying attention to Chara punching people in the face, cheap shots.
And slashes all over. Slashing was all over the place last night.
Right. It was everywhere.
Like, they were slashing everybody.
Right.
That was bad.
There was, I saw this video, it got sent to me earlier, about the shin penalty that they said he slashed his stick. And, because he hit the ice, and everyone was like, he didn't slash him. That's not a slash. His stick broke on the shot. No, his stick hit his stick.
Yeah.
Then his stick hit the ice, and then when he took the shot, it broke because of the slash.
Yeah.
To the stick.
Yeah.
Was it a lot? No, but it was enough to break the stick.
It was enough.
Right there.
It was
it's
enough.
It's a penalty.
Yep.
I'm probably calling it myself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, at first, when they showed the first angle, I didn't see anything. I didn't see him clip the stick or anything like that. And I was like, what the F? What is going on here? And then I saw the second, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I saw that angle.
Because if you're reffing in real time, you see that, even if it's accidentally, it looks like a slash, and
it looks intentional. It looks like a slash.
So basically, it's just kind of going to show, stop slamming your sticks like that.
Yeah, stop slashing.
Lift.
Yeah, lift the sticks. Don't slash them. Don't break them.
But that's why this Blues team is so good, is because they know that everything that they do wrong or that happens, they fix it the next game.
Oh yeah,
and they fixed the stuff in the first game. Some of the guys today on St. Louis radio, I'm usually pretty much 100% agreement with everything they say. And they said that the first game... Usually. They said the first game, the Bruins deserved to win. The second game, the Blues deserved to win. I don't necessarily believe that. I think the Blues deserved to win, both of them.
Yeah.
But they shot themselves in the foot in first game and sat back and let them come back, and that's all that happened.
They went up 2-0, and they just started playing around with the lead.
If Chara's penalty for slashing that stick would have happened, it would have been a 5-on-3. I guarantee you the Blues would have scored. They would have taken the lead, and then they would have gotten the empty netter.
Yep.
So to me, it was a 50-50.
Yeah.
But I thought the Blues played a better game. I thought the Bruins we did it to ourselves, and they got away with stuff. They got lucky.
I think they got lucky with a lot of calls that night.
So to me, so far in this series, I think the Blues are.
And I'm over David Backes trying to act like he has some sort of
conscience.
He has some sort of stake in St. Louis sports. Like, everybody should be treating him like a god when he's there. When he gets freaking, face washed by Maroon and all that stuff. It's like, that's going to happen. You play for the Boston Bruins now.
Yeah.
Like, you play for a different team. There's
Right.
there's
no love there like that anymore.
Yeah, you went away, so there's no love
You wanted
here.
to go away. It's not that just you left. You
Yeah,
wanted to go.
you
You didn't want to be here anymore.
You betrayed us, and
Yeah.
you went to the Boston Bruins.
Yeah,
What do
you're
you
the enemy
want?
now. And the fact that he's whining about stuff that he's known
thinks
for doing
everybody
his
should
whole
take it
career.
easy.
The only reason I was okay with him whining was because it's your team. You gotta. What are you gonna say? Positive?
Right.
Yeah, man. That was nice on them. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
They did a good job. Those guys.
You could have
over
at
there.
least said good for them or something.
Yeah,
you know?
but no.
At
He's
least
just gonna whine and
But,
complain.
no.
and
He whines and complains.
That's that
and
whole
whatever.
city, in my opinion. So the Blues deserve this. And Boston doesn't. I think that's just honestly what comes down to this whole series. The Blues deserve it, and they don't.
And I'm sorry, I can't get off this Bacchus thing. He just holds himself to such high regard, and it's just like, oh my god, dude.
Puppies.
Yeah, and he thinks yeah, we should take it easy on him just because he played here for a while. No, I don't think so. No, this is the Stanley Cup Finals. We're gonna beat you up.
I wasn't sad when he
We're
was
gonna
gone.
blast you. No, neither
He
was
wanted
I.
to leave. There was so many times in the playoffs when that man spoke about how the team was doing and everything, and basically saying like, yeah, we're kind of ready to go home and play golf. And
Yeah, he didn't want to be here.
He didn't want to be there anymore.
He didn't want to be
Oh,
here.
he don't want. And he's like, I don't want to play for St. Louis because they're probably not going to win a championship. Fine,
Well, here we are.
Go. Now we're here. What's up?
Here we are.
Remember me?
What's up? Remember? We're
Yeah,
gonna
so-
blast you and keep blasting
and I
until
hope
we
so.
get the cup.
I hope they do. I mean, I don't hate the man, but he's an enemy. He's the evil.
Yeah, he's the enemy.
Did you
and-
see the meme? Did you post that meme where it was like, you either or you either die becoming
Oh,
the
no,
hero
I
or
didn't, but I
live
saw
long enough
that,
to
yeah.
become the villain?
That was awesome.
I mean, pretty
Yep.
much that's what's going on. And
Yep.
there's so many storylines, of how Bennington, we used to play for them and their minor league team, and
They're just
how
so-
we got Bennington. And
This series is so intertwined. It's insane.
it is.
Like
It's the right series, in my opinion.
it's all come. It's a culmination of 50 years,
Right.
49 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was the interview in Boston, the 101 went behind the lines. Behind enemy lines is what their segment is. And they were like, this guy, he's obviously a Blues fan, called into the Boston thing. And the Boston guys are saying this and that about how this and that, but the Boston on paper, is clearly, the better team. And the guy's like, yeah, but the game's not played on paper.
The game isn't played with statistics.
If the game was on paper, it would be the Blues versus the Tampa Bay Lightning in the finals right now.
Yeah.
If you did it on paper.
If it was paper, but it's not.
But it's not paper.
We don't play. They don't play with statistics.
Exactly.
It's the massive human element.
Exactly. And this
hockey, I love it because it's so unpredictable.
Right.
Because you play on ice.
Mm-hmm.
You play on ice. So there's no you can shoot passes all you want, but 100% of those passes you're not going to get 100% passing rating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to miss
Exactly.
passes all the time.
Right. The ice, and
Like,
especially there in
it's-
Boston, that ice
is terrible.
pathetic.
Yeah.
So, it's 50 degrees outside in Boston. Okay, why is it 90 inside the building?
Why is it slushy in
Yeah,
here?
I'm telling you, it's ice gate, it's rink gate, whatever you want to call it. Boston's always doing something to try to give we like it slushy.
We like it slushy.
It builds up, slows the
throws
fuck down.
everybody off except for us.
We do the same thing at our facility. We practice
Home ice advantage.
home slushy advantage. I mean, seriously, I don't understand.
It's crazy.
But it's just it's wonderful just to be here. And now that we finally got the first win, the season is tied, the series tied. We Blues technically have home ice advantage for the rest of the playoffs if they do they play their cards right, which I think they will. Saturday night is just going to be absolutely
it's going to be a
rocking.
madhouse.
Them last night at the watch party.
Yeah,
the building was shaking. They said.
Yeah, I saw the videos.
I've never heard it that loud before, and that was a watch party.
Yeah, dude. I just saw the videos, and everybody was on their feet jumping around. That place was rocking.
And then even when the Boston did things, they are not loud. They were the only time Boston was loud is when they were singing the song that no one could understand.
I didn't know what they were
because
singing.
they were drunk.
I didn't know what
they were all just screaming some song, and they were just all plastered.
I was sitting there trying to figure out what they were singing. I was like,
I don't know.
Is that what are they?
I thought it was Sweet Caroline at first, and then I was like, "That's not it."
That's not.
And I was like, "It's not New York, New York," because they're in Boston. I don't know what they're singing.
I don't know what they're singing. I have no idea.
It was just loud. And that was the loudest they got.
Yeah.
And
pretty much just that place cleared out in a hurry after that overtime goal. Nobody stuck around. Everybody pieced out.
I don't.
No loyalty.
I've never understood that. I've never
No
understood
loyalty.
that. And then nobody had anything to say about that. But
Nope.
the fact of the matter is, the Blues had. I mean, could they still come back being down? 0-2. Absolutely, sure. Do you want to? No.
No,
You
no.
had to win because you never have, and Boston's owned you. And if you don't win, you have zero respect whatsoever.
Yep.
And even though Boston is, full of this and that, their sports and their love, and what they've done, you have to respect. They have championships.
Yep.
They've been a championship city forever.
I hate them to death, but I respect them.
Yeah, exactly. I hate you, Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate you.
But I respect you.
I mean, that's just the facts of that matter.
Yep.
But because they won, they showed the world and them who they really are. And I still think they're better than what they did last night.
They got a rude awakening last night. Their 9-game winning streak or 8-game winning streak got snapped. Yep.
Yeah.
They got a rude awakening.
The Blues, they can't win on the road in Boston.
It's gonna be 4-0.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4-0. Sweep, calling it.
I'm calling it now.
Yeah,
now all those dudes are going Boston in 5.
Yeah, Boston in 5.
Boston in 5.
Whatever. They're saying Boston in 3. They can't count. It's Boston in 3, boys. The series is over.
Series is over. Oh man.
I'm gonna stuff my face with pepper spray.
Oh, Boston. You guys are crazy. Any Boston fans out there, leave a comment.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
Leave a comment, prove us wrong.
Exactly. Like and subscribe. But hey, congratulations to Blues. Game 3, 7 o'clock Saturday night, Enterprise Center.
Be there or you're not in St. Louis.
Exactly. Or you're at home watching on TV.
Yep.
But continuing on some other sports news, it's not exactly happy. There was some happiness this afternoon for your St. Louis Cardinals, who did pull out a 5-3 victory with 4 home runs. Awesome. But you're still not very good right now.
They're still not doing
it's the worst May in Cardinals history is all.
Goldschmidt needs to wake up.
Everybody.
Goldschmidt needs to wake up.
Particularly. He needs
Particularly.
to lead by example. Check what I'm doing, boy.
Yeah. He needs to get off his butt. He needs to get off his butt and get working.
Yep.
I mean, not that he's not working, but he's not doing what we kind of thought he was going to do.
I'm sick of we don't make trades and do things until June or July.
Yeah, that's way too late.
Just stop.
Way too late.
If you
just
need
do
it, you got to do it. And the Cardinals have got to do it.
You got to jump on it.
They're like, yeah, Walker, we love him. We're not sending him down. We'll put him in the bullpen. Oh, guess what? Walker sucks in the bullpen. Who knew? What are you going to do now?
Are you going to send him down or are you going to trade him?
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
You have to do something. And then Wainwright is obviously he's not who he is, but
you can't
he's
just sit
the
there
greatest.
and be obstinate and be super, super loyal to players. I'm sorry, but you can't be loyal to players. That's what they are. They're players, and you gotta trade them. You gotta let them go. You can have friendly ties with them, but you can't become super attached.
Wainwright needs to be here in a clipboard. He needs to be a coach.
Something needs to happen.
It just needs to happen, and then with other players, it's just like there's just no effort, and it's like because they're doing what they're doing. The fact is, you're only out of first place by 6 games maybe.
We can still come back.
And the fact, but you've only won 7 games in your last 20. Imagine if you would have won even half of those games.
Imagine
you would be dominating in first place right now.
You'd be in first place. You'd be riding high.
And that's just
you'd be doing.
Their heads are up their booties right now.
Their heads are so far up their butts because they're, like I said, they're showing way too much loyalty to all these players.
And it's like,
Waka,
if they come out in June and do good things, and it's like, should have been doing that the whole time. What are you doing? Oh, we just want to get out of this month.
It's like, no,
do it now. What are you waiting for? Stop.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
It's sad, but even you said last previous episodes, it's just this is the way the Cardinals have been since 2011.
The way they've always
since
been.
they lost in 2013 in the World Series. That's pretty much the way
kind of
they've
been limping along, basically.
Right, and I agree with a lot of people now. Miller and Goldschmidt were not enough.
No, not at all.
Was Goldschmidt the right move? Yes.
Oh yeah, he was.
All the way. Was he the right move?
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. So you've gone through. You've seen what this part of the season looks like. You're through almost 60 games now.
Right.
The time is now.
You got to do it now. Like you said.
Don't wait till the All-Star break. Quit waiting for a specific month because it's the way you do things.
I know we said that well, hockey isn't played with statistics, but, baseball kind of is played with statistics. So if you're looking at the sheet and you've only won, like you said, what was it, 7 of the last 20 or whatever it was?
It's like 8 of 21 now, yeah.
Something's massively wrong.
Yeah.
Something's majorly wrong, and you need to fix it.
Until today, the only time they'd won was by, huge margins.
Yeah.
Today was the closest victory that they've had in over a month.
Because it's either we lost by a ton or we won by a ton.
Like last night was pure embarrassment. It was
just blown out.
Which was okay because apparently when the Cardinals lose, the Blues win. So I guess it's okay
maybe,
right now.
Maybe it's
that's
gotta go
why they're
that way.
doing this. I don't know. Everyone, Yachty and Wainwright's just like, yeah, man, just go out there and have fun and don't do anything else.
Don't do anything. Don't try to win, though. We got some kind of weird thing going on. We got some weird superstition thing going on.
I mean, whatever. I mean, I guess so.
We got to throw the season.
Throwing it. I mean, I still have faith. To me, like I wrote on my headline here for this, the Cardinals are down, but they're not out.
No,
they are
not
definitely
by a long
very
shot.
down. They're 1 game out of 500. Now I think they're 26 and 27 or 27 28, one of those two. It's almost 60 games. So yeah, the time is now. I'm rooting for them. I'm playing for them. We're so enthralled with Blues hockey right now. We're trying to not see negativity.
Nope.
Which is, hey, I'm glad they won today. It's awesome.
So
Thank
glad.
goodness.
It's like when I don't watch, they win.
Right.
And when I do watch, they get blown out.
Yep. It's like the radio thing, listening or watching. It's like if I'm listening, they're winning. If I'm not, then I switch on and they're losing after they were winning.
Which is weird because, my sister said every time she watches, they lose. And last night, she was over at the house watching, and they were losing. But as soon as she left, we kind of started catching up and tied the game. So I don't know if she was watching at her house or not, whenever they couldn't do anything in regular.
Right.
And she just turned it off, and then in overtime, we won. I don't know.
Hey, it's just like our buddy Josh, man. If he's around, we lose.
It's weird.
I don't know.
Sorry to call you out, Josh, but it's so strange that just every time you're here, the Blues just ish the bed.
Yeah. And then you leave. And then when you leave, if you do it mid-game, we end up winning. We did that in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, you can even admit that. Leave a comment. You can even admit that. Come on.
You can. It's just that doesn't make any sense.
Very strange.
We were losing that one game, and his wife was calling, and she was like, "You need to come home."
Yeah.
Losing, leave.
And he left, and guess what?
They won.
They won that night.
So I mean, it superstition and coincidental things. It's very crazy in sports. I mean, I have my stuff I've worn through the entire playoffs, and I'm not changing. And I've done my home and my road, and I've switched it up for scenarios and home and road. Wait a minute, I put that on and we lost. What did I do wrong? So yes, I've been a hockey player my whole life. So yes, I'm superstitious. But
like I said about my hat, I always had that hat on. And last night I had the PJ pants on that I wore when they won Game 7, and. Yeah, I had the shirt on and everything. I was ready to go, and they won.
Right. So, and that's the beauty, and it's just that...
I can't wash these pants now.
Nope. Cannot.
I can't wash these pants.
I'm not even going to comment on the underwear.
This hat
that I've had since Game 1, Series 1.
Those are my Game 1 drawers. Yeah, I can smell them.
They will be properly retired after this is over. So...
man, superstitions.
Yep.
They work.
They work, and they're a thing
I think
for
they work.
everybody, and all kinds of stuff. Work, home life, sports, you name it. But hey, that is movies, games, TV, sports, and we like to do this little thing recently where we like to end on a little bit of local news, give some shout outs to some local organizations, artists, businesses, you name it. And what we got, we're giving a shout out to CR Sky Drones, that is owned and operated by Cody Reeves out of Union, Missouri, and he can do weather reports if you got a house you want to have for sale and everyone wants to see your overhead shots, or pretty much anything, family parties, gatherings, you name it. Look him up on Facebook. He's a good guy. He's in the family, and he's doing good things over there.
Amazing aerial. Yeah. Amazing aerial footage.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys doing drones these days.
Yeah,
but I've watched his videos and
amazing.
If you're gonna do it, he's got the stuff to do
movie
it.
Quality,
movie quality
stuff.
So hey, check him out on Facebook. He's got a lot of stuff that's happened over recently with the flooding and the bridge collapsing and everything. So go and check him out on Facebook. Another shout out to Jimmy John's. You guys have been rocking it lately. A lot of big things coming for Jimmy John's. We got, the fair's coming up soon.
Yep.
They're going to have some booths, I do believe. Don't quote me on that. It's just a rumor thing.
The food truck?
Yeah,
thing?
like
the food truck,
not the food truck rally, but for I believe the fair in August. And
the Washington Fair.
The Town and Country in Union.
Yeah.
I think they're doing some kind of promotion. I believe so.
Cool.
That's through the grapevine. I know it's not a secret or anything, but hey,
could be there, could not.
Look forward to them. Yeah. And hopefully everything works out right for those guys. Like I said, they've been doing good things. Everything, business is booming over there.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, summertime, all businesses are booming, which is why we are bringing these things up right now, which we're going to give a shout out to the T-Shirt Shack. St. Clair, you guys are doing some really awesome things. I've seen a lot of your guys' work recently, and they pretty much got anything you need for if you just want to put I love somebody or a sports team or
teams, family reunions, gatherings, anything like that. Anything you want.
You could take them your phone with a picture and they'll do it for you. It's just as easy as that. And they are connected to a lot of good businesses that we gave shout outs last week, like Sophistica's, Daddy O's, Dana Shave Ice. You name it, all these local guys are doing really, really good things, and they're booming. There's something that this area's need, and it's just that's kind of the reason why we do this show is to help people.
We got to get the word out
because if people don't know, how are you ever going to try?
Yeah,
you got Boot Heel Barbecue here in St. Clair.
Amazing.
Amazing. I would have never known because it's one of those places you kind of see on Travel Channel.
Yeah, you just kind of
unless you drove by it
and you drive by it every day, but you don't ever think about going in there. But once you do, you got to do it.
You want some good quality barbecue with a little like new age modern twist with you too, and some classics.
Yep.
Check them out, man. You ain't gonna go wrong. The sauces on point.
Never gonna go wrong.
Never gonna go wrong with that place. Well, hey, that's it for local news. Besides, one more thing you were gonna let us know at the end of the show when you brought up world news. We had obviously local news. This is Missouri news. You wanted to let us know about the storm stuff that's happened recently.
Yes, I just wanted to get a PSA out there, public service announcement for those tornado warnings. We had another tornado hit Kansas City.
Yes, we did.
And I'm pretty sure it did some damage.
It did some minor damage, but enough.
But enough, still,
It's a wake-up call for Missouri.
Yeah, like I said last episode or the episode before, people share those memes and they laugh about it and all that stuff of Missourians not taking tornadoes seriously. Well, you really should, honestly.
You should know.
Because people are dying.
Yes.
And you should definitely take shelter when they tell you to take shelter.
We're not getting into politics or none of that stuff,
no,
but obviously something is happening in the world, whether you call it climate change, whether you call it climate shift, whatever you want to call it. Missouri is now in Tornado Alley, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're in Tornado Alley.
Which is crazy because literally before the Jeff City one happened, I know a bunch of people and I were talking, and it was like, we don't want to get a tornado here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Well, of course we were like, yes, it's possible. Because you had the tragedy in Joplin, RIP to those guys, and Branson, all that kind of stuff. But that was part of Tornado Alley. Oklahoma going down, and you had Kansas and all that kind of stuff. Well, Missouri's in the area now.
Yep.
So when you hear a tornado watch or warning, if you were a panicker before, obviously you're probably going to be more of it now, but you've been alert all these years. But now is the time to, when people are saying these things and you hear these warnings and sirens,
take it seriously. Seriously, people. Take it seriously. Don't die. Don't die for some stupid.
Even the little is just take shelter. Be prepared.
Yeah.
If you're not going to go in your basement, if you're not going to go in a ditch, cellar.
Just because you've never seen a tornado before in your life and nothing's ever hit near you before doesn't mean it's never going to happen.
Exactly.
So you got to treat it like it's going to happen every time.
Please do.
So
please be aware. Please listen. Please, follow everything and follow us. This is the I Don't Mo Show. This is episode 12. I'm Nathan J.
I'm Charlie P.
It has been a great episode. It's a great week. We will be with you guys next week. We're going to try to stick to a regularly scheduled program, which is every Thursday around 6 o'clock. This is the I Don't Mo Show. I'm Nathan J.
I'm Charlie P.
You have a good one, guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Peace.